We stopped at Dhanurgritva Upanishadam Mahaastram Charam hi upasnisitam samadadita, taking as the bow the great Upanishad. Didn't we finish that, right? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Pranavo dhanu sharo hi atma brahmatal lakshyam uchyate apramattena vedabhyam shravattanmayo bhavet. The syllable Om is the bow. What did they say before? Taking as the bow the Upanishads. One should place the arrow sharpened by meditation, drawing it with a mind engaged in contemplation of that Brahman. Oh, beloved, know that imperishable Brahman as the target. That's what was said before. And they've slightly changed the record now. The syllable Om is the bow. Oneself indeed is the arrow. Brahman is spoken of as a target of all. It is to be hit without a mistake. Thus one becomes united with it as the arrow becomes one with the target. So the metaphor is changed slightly. Say now, the syllable Om is the bow. Oneself, right now the small self, is indeed the arrow. Brahman, the bigger self, is spoken of as the target. It is to be hit without a mistake. Then the arrow becomes united with the target, which means right now, being a small self, why? Because we have our limitations, we have everything. So, and understanding that the same self, without any limitations, is the supreme reality. Use the small self as the air, which is the only thing you have as you, right? And then say to yourself that what I am seeking is the bigger self, the greater self, and hit without any mistake. Which means be completely one-pointed in the search for the Supreme Self. And the best illustration for one-pointedness is the arrow which hits the target. Now, this is because in those days they didn't have good quality Winchester rifles. Otherwise they would have said, hold the rifle of the self in your hand, aim the little self, the bullet, and hit the target, which is the bigger self. So when you write the Upanishads, you can understandable language. He in whom the sky, the earth, and the interspace, sky, the earth, and what is in the middle, are woven together, as also the mind, along with all the vital breaths. Know that alone as the one self. Dismiss other utterances. This is the bridge to immortality. Yasmin dhyavo prithvihi sa antariksham otham manaha saha pranescha sarve tam evekam janata atmanam anyavacho vimunchata amritasya setu. Don't listen to all other gossip and talk. Dismiss them all away. understand that that Supreme Self, He in whom the sky, the earth and the interspace between them are woven together, as also the mind along with all the vital breaths, know Him alone as the one Supreme Self. Dismiss other utterances. They themselves have uttered many things. Dismiss other utterances. This is the bridge to immortality. Even in ordinary things of the world we say, if you want to achieve something, visualize that you have already achieved it and you're sitting there and slowly you move towards it. This is the visual psychology. If you go to a psychologist, I'm feeling very down. I want to visualize that you're going towards it. Don't listen to anybody who discourages you. Look straight ahead and move forward in the same way. Understand this, that we are saying this in the Upanishad. Forget about all other utterances which say, oh no, you are so tiny, you cannot be that, and so on. And move forward. Where the arteries of the body are brought together like the spokes in the center of a wheel, within it, this self moves about manifold. Meditate on the Om as the self, and the Rishi wishes you well. May you be successful in crossing over to the further shore of darkness. So, what is the statement? Ara iva rathanabho samhata yatra nadhyasa esho anantascharate bahuda jayamanaha. Where the arteries of the body are brought together like the spokes in the center of a wheel, within it this self moves about, becoming manifold. Meditate on Om as the self. May you be successful in crossing over to the further shore. Which means the center of your being. It does not mean a physical organ. The center of your being. Well, you can think of it as here or wherever you want to locate. Where all the arteries, when they say arteries, it's not actually arteries. It's like all the channels of energy, everything, seeing, hearing, so on and so forth, they all merge together in the center because they come from there. In that center, sports about the self. So fix your attention there, and it's also called the Om. Meditate on the self as Om. I meditate on the self as Om, not only the sound of Om, which he says is the bridge that takes you across, but also because Om is a symbol of all the three states of consciousness, which you transcend ultimately. How? What are the states of consciousness? Did they teach you in Mauritius? Yeah, you're right. So, that's not from my books, it's a fact. The fact is, we have three states of consciousness, known and one unknown. No, normally. So, and that is represented by Om. The sound of A, U and Ma are separated into three compartments, and A is the sound of the waking state, which is common to all beings. At some point or the other, people stay awake, right? May not be now, but sometimes. So, The waking state of consciousness, which is common to all, is the The dream state of consciousness, which is also common to all, both night dreaming and daydreaming, is represented by U, middle. And deep sleep, which is also common to all, which is the most enjoyable, is represented by the Ma, Om. Now, what we need to understand or observe is that there is a common link between these three states, which is the witness. When you're awake, there is a witness watching. When you're dreaming, there is a witness watching. When you're deep sleep, apparently there is a witness, but you don't remember it. In deep sleep, how can you remember? You can't remember the witness. But when you wake up, you say, I had a wonderful sleep, which means there was some witness out there, the same witness, which at that point you did not know. But when you wake up, there are elements of leftover bliss of that deep sleep, which you say, that was a blissful sleep. And this is the reason why. Because in sleep, everything is at rest. Body is doing its job. Digestion is going on, breathing is going on. You don't have to do anything about it. Do we say breathe or do we say digest? No. All you can do is put food in your mouth and chew. And swallow it if the muscles are okay. Otherwise you can't even do that. And then the rest, we don't know. Food is being digested, nutrients are being drawn, waste is being... It's not my job. I don't have to say, this waste has to not come this way, but this way. It doesn't work. Automatic. So, in deep sleep, the reason why if you're really blissfully asleep, you don't want to wake up, is because it is the most blissful. You keep an alarm and it rings 5 times, you switch it off and sleep because, it's so nice. The borderline between sleep and waking is very blissful, because the self then is aware that is enjoying the bliss. So what we notice is, in waking, in dream and in deep sleep, there is a witness. Now there is something called Turiya, the fourth, which we generally don't recognize. And that is, seeing the witness which does not change in any way, but it enjoys, but is not in any way involved in this. Seeing it without break, normally waking one, dream one, deep no, without break, in a continuous way, that self which is the witness, which is pure bliss, that is called Turiya. Seeing that is Turiya. Turiya is not a state, it's a witness of all the states, and it cannot be defined. No. So, Upanishad is exhorting you to consider the self as the Om. And it's very interesting. If one can free the witness, the self, through some way, we don't know, through some way, or at least understand it theoretically this much, that it is witnessing everything and not changing in any way. What it witnesses may be sometimes real, sometimes an illusion, but it doesn't change. The witness doesn't change. Let's see, for instance, when you dream. When you dream, do you know it's a dream? Sometimes, but generally not. We don't know it's a dream. It's so real to us. So is it real? But it appears real. When you wake up, it's a dream. What if we dwell in the dream world for a long period? Then this state might be a dream. What? Who knows? And what is the guarantee that you don't wake up one day, yawn and say, now, what a long dream? What's the guarantee? If I tell you now, you say, no, it can't be. Why? But then when you dream, somebody says it's a dream, you say, no, shut up. I can see the tiger chasing me. So consciousness is very funny. It makes you live through things which don't exist. And it sometimes is not exposing you to things which really exist. And what is the real existence between these three? It's the conscious witness of everything. It enjoys the fruits of all your sufferings and it's sitting there happily. Now the problem is we recognize it is that and everything's over. Not so difficult but not so easy. It's somewhere in between. It takes a lot of time to go inside and get settled. Once this happens, then you're free. So, the Upanishad says that self is Om, because it is the witness of all the three states of A, U and Ma. So go into the source and understand.